You need to hear this if you're grieving. One of the most pervasive myths about grief is that it operates on a set timeline. You know, that old saying, time heals all wounds? Well, it's simply not true. Grief isn't a straight line from loss to healing. It's more like a winding road with unexpected detours, hills to climb, and moments where you feel like you're driving in circles. And you know what? That's okay. There's no right or wrong way to grieve. Some days will be easier than others. Some days, the smallest thing might trigger a wave of sadness. And that's okay. Don't let anyone tell you to move on or that you should be over it by now. Your grief is your own, and it will take as long as it takes. Remember, healing doesn't mean forgetting. It means finding a way to carry your grief with you, to integrate it into your life in a way that honors your loss while still allowing you to experience joy and hope for the future. Give yourself grace, my friend. You're on your own journey, and it's okay to move at your own pace. I don't think people understand the true strength in sharing their grief. There's this misconception that we should grieve in private, that showing our emotions is a sign of weakness. But you know what I've learned? Sharing our pain is actually a sign of incredible strength. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to let people in, to let them see your tears, to let them hold you while you cry. Talk to a trusted friend, a family member, a therapist, or join a support group. Connecting with others who understand what you're going through can make a world of difference. Remember, you don't have to go through this alone. There are people who care about you, who want to support you, who want to help you carry the weight of your grief. Reach out, my friend. You don't have to do this by yourself. You need to watch this if you struggle with grief. In our fast-paced world, it's tempting to try to outrun our grief, to stay busy, to distract ourselves from the pain. But you know what? Grief has a way of catching up with us, no matter how hard we try to outrun it. It's important to allow ourselves time and space to grieve, to feel our emotions fully. Yes, it's okay to engage in activities you enjoy, to spend time with loved ones, to laugh and find moments of joy. But don't let those moments become a way to avoid your grief. Give yourself permission to sit with your sadness, to cry, to remember, to process your loss. True healing comes from facing our pain, not from running away from it. You need to hear this if you're struggling with grief. Society often tries to dictate how we should grieve. We're told to be strong, to hold back our tears, to grieve quietly and privately. Or on the other hand, we might feel pressure to cry openly, to take time off work, to perform our grief in a way that feels inauthentic. But here's the truth. There's no right or wrong way to grieve. Some people find comfort in talking about their loss, while others prefer to grieve more privately. Some people find solace in rituals and traditions, while others find meaning in creating new ones. Honor your own unique grieving process. Don't let anyone tell you how you should or shouldn't be feeling. You need to hear this if you're grieving. We've covered a lot today, haven't we? We've talked about the myths, the misconceptions, the societal pressures that can make grief even more difficult than it already is. But most importantly, we've talked about the truth, that grief is a journey, not a destination. It's a process, not an event, and it's deeply personal, unique to each and every one of us. So as you navigate your own grief journey, I want you to remember this. Be gentle with yourself. Give yourself permission to feel everything. Don't judge your emotions or compare your journey to someone else's. And please, don't be afraid to reach out for support. There are people who care, people who want to help you carry the weight of your grief. Remember, you are not alone.